More beer from Yorkshire, for fuck's sake.
Life is too short to be drinking shitty beer.
Welcome to another edition of Bands, Bikes and Booze Reviews. I don't know what the fuck's going on. This is another beer from Yorkshire. Now, believe me, I have not got a love affair with Yorkshire, but somehow this is turned up in my fridge. I don't know where the fuck it's come from. I've probably ordered it from one of my online drunken binges when I go online and order loads of beer. And it's been sat in my fridge for ages. And I thought it was the Big Mouth Pale Ale by I think it's the Yeasty Boys. But it's not. This is from the Rudgate Brewery. Do you know what? When I first saw that name, Rudgate, I just thought, that's got to be a fucking northern brewery with a name like that. And I bet it's from the People's Republic of Yorkshire. And of course, when I looked it up, where is it from? It's from fucking Yorkshire. It's actually, where they're based, quite interesting. All serious now, joking aside. Adjust the bins, because when I'm serious, I have to get the bins on fucking straight. I'm normally like fucking, what's his name? Eric Morecambe, with the old fucking, what's names going up and down. They're based in the old ammunition factory at RAF Manston, which was an old RAF base during the Second World War. They used to fly Halifax bombers from there, and that's where they are now, and they are producing some quite good beers. They've been there since 1992. I've never come across these before. You just don't get their beers down here at all. And I was due to go next week to fucking York, and that's all been cancelled now because of this fucking bollocks COVID, and I'm getting a bit fucking tired of it now. As you can probably see in my latest reviews, I'm starting to get a little bit wound up about things, and I shouldn't do. I should fucking calm down. So there you go. Let's just keep it calm. Rudgate Brewery. Been there since 1992, and they've been brewing beers there ever since. They do some American stuff, and they do some British stuff as well. They do a mild, but they've called it Ruby. And I don't know why they've done that. That's really confusing, because I saw that and I thought, I might have some of that. And I realised it was a mild, and I just thought, that's a bit of a letdown. I don't get me wrong, I like mild, but I'm more interested in Ruby ales. But I probably will get some more stuff from them just to try this brewery out, you know. I'm not sure what these are like. I've never had one of these before. I'd imagine they're reasonably good. It's rare that you get an older type brewery from Yorkshire that would have lasted that long if they were producing shit beers. Now, don't get me wrong, there's breweries in Yorkshire that produce the odd shit range of beers, but generally they've got something going for them. So hopefully this is going to be one of them. The brewery get their name from the old Roman road that runs through the Vale of York, and apparently the Vikings used that road to go up there and kick the shit out of the Northerners, and they named the brewery after it. And they used a lot of Viking themed names for their beers. They've got a beer called Battle Axe, a beer called Jorvik, and a beer called something else, and whose name escapes me at the moment. Do you know what? I should have fucking notes. I just put little post-it notes, but I'm trying to remember all this, and my memory is not the greatest. All the fucking brain cells have been killed by the various beers I have tried throughout the years. Anyway, let's stop talking bollocks and let's investigate this beer. It's called Big Mouth Pale Ale. It's golden, it's fruity, and it's citrus. Now I've just tried the Bad Company Pale Ale. Funny enough, from Yorkshire and based on an old RAF site, and they had they called it a British golden ale, and it tasted more like an American pale ale, which really pissed me off. I don't have a brew sheet for this, unfortunately, so I can't tell you what's in here. They've called it Big Mouth Pale Ale. Could be British, could be American. 330ml can, 4%. Really, not a lot of information. I'm just trying to read this on the side. Rudgate Brewery, Unit 2, Centre Park, Marston, Business Park, Chockwith, York. It's got a phone number on them, so I ring him up. I fucking should do it, shouldn't I? It's like, your fucking beer tastes of Jeffrey Boycott's linseed oil that he put on his fucking cricket bat. Can you imagine? They'd find my address, come round, and be all northern on me. They'd set their whippets on me. Anyway, let's stop bashing Yorkshire and let's try this beer out. Alright, it's a good job I'm not going up to York next week. Fucking hell, can you imagine it? I bet if I put this review up, they'd have had fucking lynch mobs waiting for me. Where's that cheeky cockney fucking bastard? We'll fucking feed him to the whippets. We'll sacrifice him to Jeff Boycott. Right, there it is in the glass. Amber colour, 1 finger, 1.5 finger, foamy whitehead. Absolutely jack shit on the nose. Oh, very vague fruit and a little touch of malt, and there's a little bit of lemon citrus on there as well, but it's very, very subdued. But after trying the Bad Company stuff, that is not a bad thing. You really do struggle to get some aromas out of that, but the proof is in the tasting, so let's get it tasted. Cheers. Yes, that's beer done right. This is what the Bad Company brewing company were trying to do and fucked it up hopelessly because they put American hops in there. This to me tastes like a British golden ale, and it's quite nice. Quite nice biscuit malt. Fair bit of fruit on that, like orange peel and apple and pear. There's a little touch of sourness on it, but it's, for me, that is minuscule. And it isn't bad. It's very easy drinking, I will say that. The body is a little bit weak. That is, if I had one complaint about this, the body is just a little bit thin for me. It could have been a little bit thicker, but that's just a minor gripe. This is quite nice. Now, it's not as good as the Sam Smith's Pale Ale, but it isn't too bad. I just realised I called the Bad Company brewing company were doing a British blonde ale, and I thought that's what this was. But they did say it could be a single hopped pale ale. No, it couldn't. It could have been an American pale ale. They should have made that clear. If they're trying to say it was anything like a British pale ale, it wasn't. This is what a British pale ale should taste like. I just want to clear that up. I think I've fucked up earlier. I was saying, you know, I called it an amber ale. It's not. It's a pale ale. My bad, as they say in America. It's golden, fruity and citrus, and it is. It's very nice, actually. Nice bit of biscuit malt on there. Lot of citrus compared to the malt. It's quite citrus heavy, and there's a little touch of bitterness on the finish, a little citrus bitterness, which is quite nice. It's not a bad pale ale as it goes. I do like that. It is so much better than the big mouth stuff, and you know, this is the point I'm trying to make. They were saying that they brewed a British blonde ale, but it could almost be a single hopped pale ale. And this, unfortunately, don't have a brew sheet, and they're very cagey on what they put in here, so I can't find out what's in here. To be honest, I don't look at reviews. I don't look at what's the site, Untapped. I don't look at Beer Advocate or anything like that before I review a beer, because I don't want to be influenced by what other people think. I just want to make my own judgment on beers. So, you know, if you're listening to these reviews and you look it up somewhere else and it's, I wouldn't say completely different, but if it differs, it's because it's my own interpretation. It's what I get. And of course, you've got to remember, different people get different flavours. They can pick things up really quickly, and certain flavours really do stand out to certain people. Other flavours sort of fall by the wayside. That's just the nature of taste buds, I would imagine. But yeah, it's one of them things. Getting back to the beer, I quite like this actually. It is not bad at all as pale ales go. Now, as I said, it doesn't match up to the Sam Smith's pale ale, which was one of the best. It doesn't match up to the Shepherd Neame pale ale. I don't think I reviewed that. I should review that actually. I've reviewed the IPA, not done the pale ale. Should do. But for me, the benchmark is the Sam Smith stuff. This doesn't really come close, but it's quite a nice drinkable pale ale. And I pulled that straight out of the fridge, set it down. The room's quite warm actually. Fucking, would you believe I work in IT? I can't turn the fucking heating off. I pressed all the buttons. It will just not go off. I don't know what the fuck she's done to it, but I can't get it off. Anyway, it's quite warm in here. That's the point I'm trying to make. And this has come straight out of the fridge, but I'm still getting really nice flavours for it, which is unusual because there wasn't much aroma from it, and that rang an alarm bell with me. But again, this is one of the cases where I've been proved wrong. I always assume if there's no aroma, there's going to be no flavour. That's not always the case, and this is an example of that. Quite nice though. So what's the verdict on Rudgate? Rudgate Big Mouth Pale Ale. Yeah, not bad. First one I've had from this brewery, and I like a lot of things about this. It's on an old RAF base for starters. I mean, that's a good start. But they've got this right. They've worked out that if you want to brew a British style beer, you don't put American hops in them. And you know, I thought that would have been fucking basic. Any brewer surely knows that. I'm talking about the Bad Company Brewing Company. If I put this up first, I'll put that one up after, so you can compare the two. But these have got it right, and they've been going a bit longer, well, nearly 20 years longer, over 20 years, and you know, I think this lot just know a little bit more than these craft brewers. I don't know to be honest, I really don't know what the history of the people who work here, whether they've worked elsewhere, but I think they know what they're doing. This is quite a nice British style pale ale. I'm very impressed with it actually. Not as good as the Sam Smith's, but still good. I'm going to give that an 8.5 out of 10. My heart is saying give it 9 because it really is drinkable. It's really nice, and it's got lovely flavours to it. Lacking in the aroma, but you know, can't have everything. But it's nice. It's not bad at all. So I'm going to give it 8.5 out of 10, and I'm definitely going to recommend it. And remember, beer is working class champagne.